All right, Beer Night followers. Once again, this is episode 20 of Beer Night, 2X's. My name is Steve. This is Chris. And this is the...
Zach.
And Zach. Don't forget Zach. Rocking the fucking great Mastodon
Sweet Mastodon shirt you got.
Great
there,
fucking shirt. Yeah. Love it.
Somebody really cool must have loaned you that.
I don't know. Yeah. Wonder who. Definitely not you.
Oh.
Maybe me. Maybe you. This is the
Look at what you're wearing.
dripping cool all over the world.
Got some solid head there.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the beer.
No. Damn fucking right. Solid. Don't fucking play games. This is the TV shows and movies segment that what have you been watching lately?
What have you been speaking lately?
I don't know. Fucking tongue tied. What have we been watching lately? I've been watching a fucking shit ton of shit.
Oh,
bro.
great. Let's keep this segment short, shall we?
So, let's start with She-Hulk, obviously. Like the biggest one of them all that everyone's been complaining and watching and loving and maybe hating. I don't know.
Bitching and moaning like a bunch of women.
I don't know.
Not women.
What's your take on She-Hulk?
I liked it.
What's your first take?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed the show. Now let's get to the finale. The finale was different by design.
Very
right?
fucking different.
By design. And so I respect it for its creativity. Yeah. What's kind of funny is that, so I thought a lot of it was great. Like I thought the whole going to the right, spoiler alert, by the way, spoiler alert.
So before we start this, we're going to spoil everything that you fucking hear in this segment. Just a spoiler warning, heads up. I'll have a timestamp for everything that we talk about. So if you don't want anything spoiled, don't fucking watch.
Yeah.
Like anyone else fucking does anyway.
So I thought it was great when she went into the writer's room.
Yeah, it was
cool. And she's like, I want to talk to Kevin, and they all look at her for saying, like, and they all start busting out laughing. It's like, you got to talk to Kevin.
That fourth wall break was just a fantastic.
It was awesome. It was awesome. So good so when she actually goes and talks to Kevin, I would have enjoyed it more if it actually was Kevin Feige. But I also kind of liked the subversiveness of implying that Kevin was like a computer program, like an AI that was like controlling everything. Though, like that was kind of funny too, though. So I saw it both ways. And so, but I felt like all the stuff that they were kind of like poking fun at, was kind of like the things that I wanted. So I was kind of like the person that they were making fun of by making fun of like, oh, like the cliche Marvel ending with like this big climactic action brawl and stuff like that. And it's just like she's like, come on, this is like a legal comedy. What are we doing here? And I'm like, but I kind of wanted that kind of. So I'm the person they were making fun of, and so I get it, and I liked it for that. Mm-hmm. Did I like it completely? No, I think maybe I wanted. I guess. Again, I'm the person they were making fun of. Like I kind of wanted like the climactic clash, the cliche, and
I kind of did too.
So I really appreciated what they were doing. Yeah. I appreciated the creativity, and I appreciated the jokes that they were making, and kind of how they were tearing it all down, making fun of. It was like the ultimate fourth wall break because they were tearing down like the cliches, right? The what you expected. They kind of just tore it all down and kind of threw it in your face and said like, "What, motherfucker." And I respected that. Mm-hmm. So I liked it. Overall, I really liked the show. I thought it was really enjoyable. It's not my favorite, not by any means. Of the more recent shows, I'd still probably put it behind Hawkeye. I might put it above Ms. Marvel. Yeah, I think I probably would. I probably would. What do you think?
So I definitely did like episode 1 and 8 and 9. Other than that, I couldn't get into it. It was just it. So you go into this thinking it's a superhero show, right? Like it's not a superhero show. She doesn't want to be a superhero.
Right, yeah.
Right?
That's kind of the point, yeah.
Yeah. So she, especially between episodes 2 and 7, it's character development and filler, and a lot of like I guess I would say like maybe it definitely plays a part in like what's going on in today's world. Marvel hasn't really done that a lot in any of their movies or shows at all. And this show definitely plays a part in what's going on in today's society with what women go through and everything like that. And I kind of don't like that when they do that in superhero shows. Like I know it's not a super show, but like
that was the whole point. So you're what they're making fun of as well.
I am too. That's why I loved the last episode. It was fucking fantastic. And like it's so I went into this thinking it was a superhero show, and it's not.
No, it's not.
Like I was so like but bombarded by like just.
But there's nothing wrong.
The craziness.
With that.
There's nothing wrong. Yeah. No. In a sense, there is and there isn't. I don't like when they put in something like what's going on in today's world into like film or anything like so I've watched Batgirl.
Really?
Batwoman.
Really? You don't like social commentary?
I don't.
Then you don't like sci-fi movies.
Yeah, but no.
I mean, they're full of social commentary.
Okay. So like Batwoman. Season 1, I love season 1, fantastic. Season 2, 3, I think they only did 3 seasons.
But wait a minute.
So they definitely did a lot of social justice and social commentary of what's going on in today's world.
Can we not compare this to a CW show?
I think it deserves a CW show because it feels like it was.
No, it doesn't. If the writing,
you didn't watch Batwoman. Yes, you didn't watch Supergirl. Yeah, it feels like a lot of that shit.
I did watch those. I just didn't watch every episode, but I did watch them. But it's not nearly as ham-fisted as CW's writing is. Like the writing is, come on, it is far superior. CW's writing is super ham-fisted and super cheesy. Like it just is because it's just the nature of the beast. And CW shows have their place, they do, but it's not quite the same. Now it's not like. No, don't get me wrong. It's not like She-Hulk's like the bastion of amazing fucking television show writing. It's not. It's meant to be more lighthearted and goofy. It is.
It is goofy. It had its but it's still cheesy, like somewhat moments, but a lot more comedy.
But it doesn't have the goofy melodrama that the CW shows have. It doesn't have that. Like its social commentary was a little bit more tongue in cheek and well placed.
It's very, very what's real of what's going on in today's world almost. Like from episode 2 to 7. Like you could tell, like it's all about the woke stuff. It's all about women's rights. It's all about what women go through in today's society.
Yeah.
Which I understand, but like I don't think we need that in our films.
Why the hell not?
Because like I think we should put more emphasis in our films in positive than negative.
It's not negative. It's not negative.
It's a bashing of what men do to women.
Oh, stop it!
It is. It's a big time.
You're starting to sound like an incel. You've been spending too much time on fucking internet message boards. You seriously.
No, I haven't. No,
you're starting to sound like the what's the name of the group on there?
I don't know.
No, the fucking.
I know what you have.
Shit.
What's the group that?
I can't remember what the name of the group is, but it's basically incels. They really are. So
I find that stupid. Like I don't like all that stuff that they done. Is like I definitely do hate that they did that stuff, like the men that did that stuff, right? I just don't feel like that is what today's society is.
That's nonsense.
I don't know.
It's nonsense.
But I think we need to put more positive light on certain things if they want to do that.
So,
right?
But you're pulling the blinders over your eyes then and say positive. You're so basically you don't want to be shown the underbelly of society, and even in a lighthearted way. Because come on, She-Hulk is
well, we get our what we kind of believe here in fucking what's going on in the media, what's going on in movies and TV shows. We kind of react to what's going on.
So you want it to be.
I think we need more positive things. So
you want your movies and TV shows to be naive.
I think we just need more positive.
But
to be more positive.
Let's make
right?
Hold on, stop it. Let's make no jokes about this. She-Hulk is not a negative show. Stop it.
Towards men, yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's negative towards a certain type of man. It's negative towards a type of man that's insecure in their own self.
I agree with you
that
there.
Can't handle a woman being possibly superior to them. Come on, like it's.
I think that this doesn't reflect.
It's negative towards incels. It's not negative towards men. It's negative towards very, very small, insecure men that cannot handle shit like that. It's not negative towards men as a whole. Yeah. Not in any way, shape, or form. It's actually positive towards women. And to view that as negativity is part of men's problem. That's the issue that they are poking fun at in a very tongue-in-cheek way. It's not a negative show. It's not. It's played for laughs. I mean, it's a tongue-in-cheek comedy. She even says it. It's a legal comedy. So they poke fun at the ridiculousness of the internet for one.
Oh yeah,
and how these certain types of men act on the internet. And I will never, and for 1 second, pretend like those men are representative of me as a man. Like when they're bashing or making fun of those men, I do not feel attacked in any way, shape, or form. I don't
either. No,
because
I feel like
I do not associate. I understand.
Tired of the men bashing
what they're doing. Those men, they can bash all they want because those.
I mean, those men in that series, they deserve the bashing. I agree with you. They're fucking idiots and dumbasses. Yeah. But I think that deserves bashing. I agree with that. But I don't think we need that anymore in our films.
Then you're crazy.
Even being the villain, right? They're playing these men are playing the villain, right? With the internet. What's it? I can't. You and me both. I can't fucking remember. I can't remember the fucking stupid ass name.
Let's just call them incels. Let's call them what they are.
Yeah. They deserve to be fucking bashed and stuff like that. But I don't think that.
But it is. Look, but it's not. It's not even really bashing them. It's more pointing out the ridiculousness of what they're doing.
That's true. Yeah.
And pointing out their stupid insecurities and their idea that they are superior to women because they have a small dick. Yeah. Let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
So no, it's not like. I don't know. I don't find it as bashing in any way. Yeah. I see it as poking fun of, which is fine with me. You can look. There are things that poke fun of at women's quirks all the time, and you're also okay. You drove this conversation in this direction. I want to remind you of this.
I did.
Okay,
yeah.
But if you want to get really in depth into the sociological aspects of this, you are also dealing with what has historically been a patriarchal society where men have been in a place of power a lot more than women have. Yeah. And so men tend to not want to relinquish that power and not like it when the tables are turned. And there are certain types of men that especially don't like that and view it as offensive or attacking.
I agree
without viewing the irony in their very own thoughts about that, because that is the way that women were treated for a really long time. They were treated as goofy archetypes in movies and TV shows that needed a man to come in and save the day or set them straight or teach them how to do something or whatever the case may be. There's countless examples. But the bottom line is that we can't take shit like that so seriously to where we need to view it as offensive. That's its own kind of cancel culture, right? So look, if you want to make fun of me, I can take it.
No, I can take it too.
So
I always take it.
They're not making fun of me. They're making fun of incels. I want to make that clear. But the point is that look, it's still a lighthearted show. I mentioned this in the last time we talked about it. I don't think we need to take it that seriously. But there's nothing wrong with a lighthearted show also mixing in some social commentary. We don't have to be like, oh, I don't want to see that. No, not in my entertainment, because there's a problem. There's a blinders mentality to that. That is kind of part of the problem. If you don't want to see it in front of your face, then you put the blinders onto it. And again, She-Hulk in my eyes did it relatively well. I'm not saying it's not fucking like artistic high mark of the. I enjoyed the show. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think it's like this amazing thing, but I also don't think there's anything wrong with them poking at the ridiculousness of it all, because that does help you realize, oh yeah, this is kind of ridiculous, and hopefully if it gets into enough people's heads that over time things will change. Now, will they? I don't know, because there's still civil rights issues, there's still racism issues, even though stuff like, okay, we were talking about men and women, there's been stuff like this that's been tongue-in-cheek poking fun at racial aspects in this country and in the world for a long time, and a lot of it still hasn't gone away. It's still it's still prevalent. And there's even more dramatic stuff, like Black Panther comes to mind. Everybody loves Black Panther. Yeah, it had a huge social commentary in it. Huge, what you could view as pointing out negative things in the world. One of the highest grossing movies of all time. Yeah. People still loved it. The sequel's coming out. It's very anticipated. Despite the fact that the star of the movie tragically died, it's still going to be huge. It's still going to be a big deal. So, but there's this weird dynamic that we still struggle with, I don't know, like, I don't think women should be talking about men. And that's... Spent way too much time on She-Hulk. You wanted to go here.
I did.
I know you did.
I knew that's why I started this off. This is a big topic.
It was a good show. It's not great. No. But it was, I enjoyed it.
To me, it feels like the show, it didn't give her, like, especially, like, the ending. Like, I know the fourth wall break was fantastic, but, like, there was still not a lot of action from her. Like, she still doesn't want to be a superhero.
That was the joke. That's what she was talking to Kevin about.
But is she going to be in a movie? But
according to Kevin, she is.
But like, I wouldn't take her seriously if she's in a movie.
Well, but maybe she would be there for comic relief. You don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. So, I feel like it didn't set her up for success in the future. I don't know.
But it's not, again, like, that was the whole point. And I'm not necessarily like disagreeing with that, because I was with you to a certain extent where I was like, oh shit, I'm the guy they're making fun of, because I want an action ending too. Yeah, it would be awesome.
Like she barely had any action at all.
Maybe that was the
during
point.
the Daredevil point.
But that was the point.
I know it's not a superhero show.
Yes,
right? So she didn't like it. It definitely at the first
we can't
didn't want to be a superhero.
We can't do the elitist fucking metalhead thing and say that the artist should do things the way that we want them to.
I agree with that.
So we have to appreciate it for what it was.
I understand that it's not a superhero. I just don't think it sets up. To me, it doesn't feel like it sets up any future with her. That's gonna be.
I would completely disagree, because what is missing, for one, she's like, it's just. Because it's not about that. It's not about kicking ass and taking names. Yeah. She's not Captain America. It's just not. It's just not what it is. By the way, the whole everything, especially in the finale, but the show as a whole was very faithful to her comic book. One of her primary comic book runs, where in the last issue of the run, she does exactly what she did in the show. She breaks through the fourth wall and goes and confronts the writer. The writer actually wrote himself into the story of the comic book, and she confronts him in the story, just like she does in the writer room, and then eventually Kevin. So it was actually very faithful to the comics, and it's very cool. Tonally, it was very faithful as far as being more comedic and being because She-Hulk. There's obviously very many iterations in comics, just like any other character. There's a lot of iterations, but the one that tends to be kind of viewed as the best She-Hulk run was more comedic and was more about. It wasn't about her joining the Avengers and doing shit like she did later in other iterations, where she goes out and fights and does all this Hulk type shit. It was more about, kind of just living the life and being, an attorney and being She-Hulk and all that stuff. And it was. Could there have been more action? Sure. Yeah. But again, that was kind of the point. That was the joke. Like they flat out made a fucking joke about, oh, all of you guys are expecting action right now, aren't you?
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly what you're expecting. Don't we always do that? Isn't that the way every Marvel show and every Marvel movie ends? They looked at you right in the face and said that. You're like, and you're right.
And it sets up a Hulk movie.
Yeah.
It sets it up. So, all right, I think we spent too much time on She-Hulk. Let's move on to something else, huh?
So I want to bring up something.
Okay.
You brought up She-Hulk. I want to bring up something. Okay. I watched Nope.
Oh, you watched Nope?
I did.
How'd you like it?
It was very good.
You liked it?
Very good. And I don't know what the fuck you're talking about with the ending. The ending was perfectly fine.
Yeah, perfectly fine. I gotta watch it again. All right, I'll watch it again.
So what was? Explain to me now that I don't have spoilers. What you said? The ending.
I felt like it was anticlimactic. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah,
it had a
little
huge
bit
climactic ending.
I feel like it just. Well, yeah. The last 5 to 2 minutes, like it just felt like what? What's happening? I don't know. I'll watch it again. I did like it. I just didn't like the ending too much. But maybe if I watch it again, I'll like it better.
So I thought spoilers. By the way, spoilers. I thought spoilers. When I was watching it, after I watched it, I thought maybe what you had been referring to is that the fact that the alien turned out to be an animal.
An animal. Yeah.
Is that not what you were referring
Maybe,
to?
yes. I think that's what
I thought. I thought it was really creative.
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was too. I thought it was pretty creative.
So. It was just different, especially because you had the whole buildup of them being animal wranglers and kind of knowing how to work, and that was essentially how the third act all came together. Was that they knew how to deal with this because they had experience with this, and that's the only way. That's the only reason they were able to fight it in the way that they were. It's cool. It was a good movie. I liked it.
I'll definitely buy it and watch it again for sure. Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, excellent.
Badass. I love black and white.
I love me some Elsa. I love me some Elsa Bloodstone.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, Elsa, love you.
Very good.
So that's a deep cut in the comics. Yeah. Elsa Bloodstone is good stuff. Like I want to see her in more shit. And then the werewolf guy too would be cool to see again.
It's possible, like with Blade and Moon Knight and all that stuff.
Yeah, so. And he's had crossovers in the comics with all sorts of different characters. Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, all sorts of different ones.
So that good show. Make sure you check that one out on
it was great.
Disney Plus. Kobra Kai.
I mean, what more can you say about Kobra Kai other than it's just awesomeness in a jar?
Yeah. Just fucking watch it, dude. Yeah. Like, it's on Netflix.
I think everybody has pretty much watched it. I think it's not like we're telling you.
I know. It's a fantastic show. Love the, I'm trying to remember, the last episode, the fight in the, I think was it in the gym, in the Kobra Kai gym, right? Yeah. Oh, just epic as fuck. Yeah. Epic as fuck. Epic show. Great show. Make sure you watch it.
And by the way, Terry Silver made a great villain.
Oh,
man.
Great villain. Great villain.
He really did. He really did a good job. He was awesome. And you know what? So the show continues to be cheesy as fuck, but it just does not matter. Like it's just like, yep, you know it, and it doesn't matter. Nope. Everything's still awesome.
Good stuff.
It's still awesome.
Fucking great. Yeah. I did watch Black Adam in theaters. I liked it a lot. Make sure you stay for the mid-credit scene. There's not an end credit scene. There's a mid-credit scene. I like the way they portrayed Black Adam. He's definitely not a hero.
Not a villain.
Not a villain. You know, it definitely. He
should be a villain.
It's a good movie. Yeah, I like the story they told in it. So make sure. I know you haven't seen it yet. Yeah. So make sure you definitely.
So I can't rant about it just
theaters yet. And check it out. I won't rant about it too much either, since I don't want to spoil it for him. Chucky, the series on USA.
Series? On USA.
On USA.
USA is still living.
Yes, it's living. And they could say fuck on the network and they don't blurb it out.
They used to on Comedy Central every once in a while.
But yeah, it's like when I first heard it in season first.
AMC late at night, they curse a little bit, yeah.
When I think the season 1 they said it. It's like, they can say fuck on USA? What the fuck? I love it. It's great stuff. So if you watch like the movies like Child's Play 1 and 2. Don't watch 3. They don't give a shit about 3. And then like the Bride of Chucky.
Bride of Chucky, yeah.
What was it?
Seed of Chucky.
Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Cult of Chucky. They definitely play a role in this series. It's really good.
Yeah,
I love it a lot. It's fantastic. Really it definitely plays with those movies. Jennifer Tilly's in it, isn't it?
The Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I never got into the Child's Play series. I just never.
Do you like the first two?
I like the first one. Honestly, I don't think I ever watched the second one.
No.
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I don't remember. I very much remember the first one. First two were good.
Third one is garbage.
I've always heard that about the third one. I definitely haven't watched that one, but I enjoyed the first one. Like it was a good movie and it was interesting. And like I just remember what always sticks in my head is the first time when the guys when she's holding the doll and then the first time he changes and shifts and he starts cursing her, "You fucking bitch!" Gets me every time. It's so funny.
Really great
it's good stuff.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's really cheesy too as well. It's got some cool moments. Season 1 and season 2 is really good.
I got one.
What?
You been watching Andor?
Andor! Yes! I definitely watched.
I haven't watched the latest one, so no spoilers on the latest one, which just came out on Wednesday.
Episode 7?
It just came out 2 days ago.
Was it episode 7?
Or 8?
I don't think it's 8 yet. It's 7. It's 7. Okay. I did watch that one. Good fucking show, dude.
Yeah, it's very good.
I definitely want to watch Rogue One after this series.
Rogue One's great too.
Rogue One's fucking fantastic. Yeah. Great Star Wars story.
So what strikes me about this is it has the grittiness of Rogue One.
Yeah, it does.
That grittiness kind of real life feel, which the Star Wars movies don't always have. Let's be real. They're always very fantastical and very fantasy feeling. Rogue One brought it kind of down to earth a little bit, even though it has nothing to do with Earth. And this showed like upset, big time. Like it's super gritty and just like ground level and very very grounded and just very the acting.
Acting is fantastic. I love the so you watched episodes, I think it was 6, where they actually take the money and they take everything and
where
they take off and everything. They go climb, and they climb up and everything. Oh, it's a great. That's really a great fucking show.
Yeah.
If you're a Star Wars fan, you have to watch this, especially. It's really good.
Really like and all the Disney Plus Star Wars shows. Like, come on,
fantastic. And like the start of the rebellion, trying to figure out how it starts and everything.
The characters have depth. Right, the writing is really well done. The character development's really well done.
Doing a lot of good character development,
and the acting is top notch. I've always really loved Diego Luna. He's great. He was amazing in Rogue One. Really, really amazing in Narcos Mexico. It's not a show. It's not a show we talk about a lot on here. Narcos, fucking one of the best shows ever. And
it is.
And Diego Luna in Narcos Mexico is incredible.
Yeah,
he's so, like the thing about Narcos Mexico is once you. After the first 3 seasons of Narcos, you leave Colombia and you go into Mexico and you're kind of like, I don't know, is this gonna be
as good as
I want to go back to Colombia. You know, it's like that was so good. You know, I liked all that. I tell you what, as soon as you see Diego Luna doing this thing, you're like, okay, I'm kind of sold.
Sold.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah, he's a great actor for sure.
Great show. So you've watched Interview with a Vampire, the movie, right?
Of course.
Come on. You have to watch the show on AMC.
Is it that good?
It is fucking fantastic. Okay. Right. It is great.
I'll tell you right now, yes,
it's great.
I've seen that movie multiple times. I mean, I'm a child.
Did you like the movie? Yeah?
Not a huge fan.
Not a huge fan of the movie. Yeah?
It's fine. Yeah. It's fine. But I don't give it the reverence that most other people give. Yeah. Like, it's not my go-to vampire movie.
So, I don't know if you've read the books or anything like that.
I have not, but I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, so they're definitely, I haven't either, but from what I've watched and read, they said they're staying very much true to the books in the series, and it's so far, I think I'm 3 episodes deep into it. It's fucking fantastic. You definitely have to watch the series.
Okay, I got one for you. Yeah. I've got one. I just started watching this recently. The wife actually had watched it before, and she said I would really like it, and she's right. It's called Mindhunter on Netflix.
Mindhunter?
Mindhunter. Mind, as in your mind.
Yeah, Mindhunter.
It's a David Fincher series. You know who David Fincher is?
Yeah.
Amazing director. And he did House of Cards for Netflix.
House of Cards.
And then he did Mindhunter. Yeah. And it's I'm only a few episodes in, kind of like you with the
Interview Vampire.
Yeah, and it's pretty incredible. Like it's what it's about. It's I don't want to get too deep into it, spoiling stuff, but it's about kind of it takes place in the 70s, and it's about the these guys they work for the FBI, and they're behavioral. They work in the field of behavioral psychology, but behavioral psychology in the FBI is infant stages, and they don't really give it a lot of love yet. So it's about really kind of the initial growth
of the FBI or something.
Because the idea was with serial killers at that time is that crazy is crazy and it's something you're born with. Yeah. Right? It's just this weird kind of thing you're born with. Psychology wasn't really it's still viewed at the time, it was viewed as kind of like a fantasy science. Like it's not really they're born crazy, they're born something's wrong, and then that's that. Yeah. And the show does a really good job of getting into the kind of the building of ideas about behavioral psychology and what makes these crazy people do the things that they do and what kind of goes into it. And it's really detailed and deep and extremely well written, well directed. Obviously Fincher being involved, and then the acting is great and everything. And it's super high quality show. The stuff that you would expect from, because it is an older Netflix show, but from like the early Netflix shows like House of Cards, what are some of the other big Netflix shows? Help me out here.
Shows like
too much beer, man.
It's too much Netflix shows too. And, there's a lot of shows that are really good. On
but they've been great. Yeah. Like they
Mindhunter, right? Mindhunter.
Yeah, they were the network, even though they're not a network that knocked HBO off of their throne as far as Emmys are concerned and stuff like that. So started with House of Cards and kind of built from there, which again was a David Fincher show. So. So Mindhunter, definitely something worth checking out. Very, very, very deep, well-written show. Excellent.
Right. It'll be on the list. Have you watched the new Candyman
I have
movie?
Not.
Have you watched the original?
Yes. Not in a long time, but I have.
So watch the original, then watch the new one.
Okay.
You don't watch two.
No. It's horror sequels are often bad.
Except for Scream 2. And Aliens.
That's not... but the first Alien was horror. Aliens is not horror.
It's more action
sci-fi, has horror elements.
Yeah, it is. But watch the first original Candyman, because the new one definitely plays a part with the original. It'll definitely catch you up with the original. It's a fantastic movie. Yeah, the new one
got great reviews.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. So make sure you check that out.
And by the way, I don't say that lightly. I actually do look at film critic reviews, and I value them to a certain extent. But whenever a horror movie gets good reviews, you should pay attention.
Yes, because no one loves horror movies.
Because horror movies often get bad reviews.
They do.
Even the good ones still get bad reviews. So if it gets good reviews as a horror movie, because critics are very reluctant to like horror movies. Yeah. If they can't help but like it, then it's probably pretty good.
Yeah. So real quick on horror movies. The number one horror movie you should watch this season, in like the horror October Halloween season, Terrifier. Find it and fucking watch it.
One?
No, it's
Terrifier an older movie?
No, it's new. It's new.
Okay.
It's maybe 5 years old.
Okay.
Maybe 4. It's with a clown and Okay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but
I bought it, actually. I'm still waiting for it on Amazon to fucking deliver it to me. But I did watch it. Find it fucking somewhere and watch it. The second one just came out on theaters. It's going to be out digitally or in Blu-ray. It's a fucking sick fucking movie. If you're
sick, like in a
sick
good way?
Fucking movie.
Or like
dude.
sick in like a... it's like you're a sick fuck.
So... I want to spoil. I don't want to spoil.
Okay, let's not then. Let's just leave it. It's just on. We're getting long here anyway.
Someone gets right in half.
Have you seen Bone Tomahawk?
Bone Tomahawk
with Kurt Russell?
No, I don't think I have. No.
Disturbing
movie.
Because it lulls you into this false sense of security, because it comes off as like a black comedy.
Yeah.
Like a dark comedy.
Yeah.
And it is kind of fun. It actually is funny at moments.
It's funny. Yeah.
And then it just hits you with these gruesome horror moments where you're just like, what the fuck?
Oh, Terrifier is like that as well.
So you mentioned someone getting filleted.
Yeah.
Bone Tomahawk has the most brutal fucking scene I've ever seen in my life. And that movie, like, it's mostly because of it lulls you in, and you're just like, you're not ready for it. You're not. And it just...
I think Terrifier probably gives the same vibe as well.
Yeah.
I think you're not ready for what the fuck's going to happen. Game of Thrones. You've watched House of the Dragon?
Yes.
Is it over? Or
no, it's not over.
You got one more episode left or something like that?
I think two. I don't know, something like that.
Two more? How do you like
House of... I like it. It's not Game of Thrones. Let's be real. It's not. But it's still very good. It's still very well done. The writing and the acting are still top tier. The production quality is second to none.
I heard some complaints about like how it's like really dark and you can't see a lot of things.
I don't have a problem with that at all. No. I've heard that too, but I don't have an issue. But I don't watch shows with the lights on. Well, I watch them like I'm in the theater. I like shit like I'm in the theater.
I do too.
So I don't.
So for
when
the wife's watching, you got a fucking light on.
But it is because everything's candlelit. They didn't have fucking light bulbs.
Exactly.
So it's like everything's candlelit. So if you're watching with all the lights on and everything, and you're like, oh, it's dark. Take your fucking lights off, dumbass. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's dark. I mean, it's all castles with candles lit.
I mean, come on now. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. I did finish season 6 and 7 of Game of Thrones. Fucking fantastic.
Dude,
fantastic.
The fucking show is amazing.
So
I would like.
So season 6. Give a little review. Fucking Jon Snow lives.
He lives.
He lives.
Yeah. Yes. What way to be late to the party?
Yes, he lives, baby.
I know.
He's alive.
When you mentioned it the last
episode,
like, Jon Snow's dead.
He's dead, man. He's dead.
And I'm like, oh my god, this guy fucking like 3 years too late. Good job dodging spoilers all the way. However many years you dodged spoilers that he's coming back. He's coming back.
I didn't really care for the show back then. So yeah, great. Season 6 is fine. Was that the same? I think it was the same season where the Battle of the Bastards.
Battle of Bastards.
Right? Epic. Epic stuff.
Dude, great. One of the best battle scenes ever. Yeah. And when you finally...
And you thought...
When Jon finally kicks Ramsay's ass.
Yeah, and you thought it was the end, too. And
yeah.
Like, oh, shit.
Well, but and then when you finally... When Jon finally confronts Ramsay, and you're like, fucking finally somebody's going to... finally somebody's going to fucking teach this punk a lesson.
Yeah.
And then Jon kicks his ass. It's pretty great. It's pretty fulfilling.
Then season 7... you finally get the what's the Targaryen woman with the Daenerys, the freer of slaves and mother of dragons, and they finally they what's the queen? What's her fucking name? I'm blanking on names right now.
The Lannister. Cersei Lannister,
right? Yeah. She's the queen now because her son died.
Yep, because her son killed himself
because of the fucking in season 6.
Spoiler alert!
In season 6, they just
you've seen Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah, by now, and they finally meet and about the White Walkers.
Yep.
Like I think was it season 6 where Jon Snow tries to save the fucking
the
wildlings, right?
Yeah.
They battle with the White Walkers.
Yeah, and he kills one of them with his Valyrian steel sword. Yeah,
and then season 7 tops it a little bit. I can't wait for season 8. Season 7 did feel a little rushed, a little bit because it was eight episodes.
But they're
10.
longer.
They're longer. So it felt a little. It still did feel a little bit rushed.
Season 8's gonna feel more.
I know because it's six,
but they're long. They're long.
So
there's only one. I think there's only one episode that's an hour, and all the rest of them are over an hour.
Yeah.
So everybody's. We'll see what you think. Yeah, everybody obviously complains about season 8. It's notorious. I don't have a problem with it. I enjoyed it. I think there's so many great moments in season 8 that I can't possibly dislike it.
Yeah.
I have some issues with it, but I can live with that. I'm not gonna go on the internet and cry about it.
So good stuff. I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely will watch season 8 in the upcoming months, so you'll hear my review
next
time.
There's a lot of great moments in season 8. I'm interested to see what you think.
So that's that. Anything else? Anything else you've been watching?
I don't know. We don't need to make this.
We're done. We're done. You're done with this segment, huh?
I saw Bullet Train.
Bullet Train. Oh, I have not seen that one.
It's all right. It's fun.
Good.
It's fun.
Yeah. Fun. It's fun movie.
Yeah, it's fun. It's got some good humor in it. Good comedy. Very lighthearted. It's fun.
Yeah. Oh, bad.
I probably saw something else. I can't remember it, and I don't want to think too hard because the segment's going long anyway.
I'm gonna do bad real quick. Halloween Ends. Bad.
Bad. Yeah.
So I did love the how they, because you got the original Halloween, right? And then they said fuck Halloween 2 and everything else.
Yeah.
And they kind of revamped.
Yeah.
Right? They started with Halloween and Halloween Kills. Fantastic movies. You really need to watch. So watch the original, then watch the new Halloween, then Halloween Kills. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Good, especially Halloween Kills. Mm-hmm. Fucking fantastic movie. Halloween Ends? No. No. What the fuck are you thinking? What the fuck are you thinking? No. Garbage. Saturday.
Horror sequels jumping the shark? Say it ain't so.
So, real quick, another one. Saturday the 14th. Remember I told you about this a long fucking time ago?
Stop it.
I finally watched it.
It's got to be garbage. It's
bad in a good fucking way. It's got some fucking amazing comic lines. Like old school fucking comedy. Like God damn, what's that fucking comedy that everyone fucking makes fun of? I can't think of it. But it's got some great comedy in it. It's bad but good. Okay. You know those horror movies that are bad?
Yeah, Jason X.
Yeah. Bad but good. Check it out. I think you can find it on Peacock. I think I saw it on. Bad but good. I think we'll end it there. That's our TV shows and movie segment. I know, sorry, we went long with She-Hulk segment, whatever. We got more coming to you. Video game segment next. Make sure you keep watching Beer Night episode 20.
How do you manage to play video games with all that fucking overtime?
I just do. I barely, actually, but I do.
Oh, fuck. Play video games anymore. I want to.
Yeah.
I want to, but I always fall asleep, man. It's the only time I play late at night. I fall asleep with a controller in my hand.
I can't do that. No way.
I do that all the time.
All the time? Yeah. That's next segment. Check it out.